This is going to be a list from Bleacher Report of the biggest nightmare contracts in baseball by 2027. So like albatross deals, right? Like the second half of deals, players get older, right. All that money left on these deals. Like the first person that comes to my mind is Xander Bogaerts.
Mm-hmm.
So that type of contract, but there's 10 of them.
So you want the list?
I do.
All
from
right.
10 to 1.
How many Padres are on the list?
You'll find out, Brent.
I know. That's why I'm saying we should guess before he reads it.
I'm assuming 2.
Okay, you say 2, Brent?
I would say 3.
3?
Okay, so your 3 would be the
Manny, Bogaerts, and maybe Cronenworth? Or not Cronen. Who's the other one that we...
Well, there's... Who else makes...
Cronenworth.
I mean, you could... Yeah, I mean, Tatis makes a lot. I would not put him on that list.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him on.
But I would put Bogaerts on that list, and I would probably put Manny on that list. So let's hear him.
All right, coming in at number 10, Brian Reynolds.
Oh, we're like recognizing them for their...
We're not clapping.
Do we know what the deal is? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I have all the stats here.
All right.
So 2027, he'll be 32 years of age. Post 2027 contract, 4 years, $63 million.
Oh, that's not that bad. That's why it's 10th, maybe. That's not bad.
Aaron Nola. He'll be 34, and the 2027 season is post 2027 contract, 4 years, $98.3 million.
It's a lot of money.
These are all guys the Padres went after. These are like off seasons of seasons past.
Okay.
Mike Trout. He'll be 35 years old in 2027.
Higher than 8th.
His post 2027 contract, 4 years, $148.5 million.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Gets worse.
He's been hurt a lot.
Willie Adames just signed with the Giants. 2027, he'll be 31 years old. So
not terrible.
His post 2027 contract, 5 years, $155.7 million.
I don't think that's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy either. Corey Seager. He'll be 33 years old in 2027.
Okay.
His post 2027 contract, 5 years, $157.5 million.
Okay.
Now we've got to a Padre on the list.
But this is now 5th? 5th worst?
It's your 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5th worst.
5th worst contract.
Xander Bogaerts.
Congrats.
Slow
Padre on the list.
Slow clap it.
He's got what's he got left? Okay, let's hear.
He'll be 34 years old in 2027. His post 2027 contract, oh God, is 7 years, $172.2 million.
That should be way higher. That is, until I hear what's left, I stand by that should be higher.
7 years, $178.2 million when he turns 34 years old.
That's an awful contract.
It is just amazing horrific. How awful it is.
Okay.
Max Fried
who just signed,
comes at number 4. He'll be 33 years old in 2027. His post 2027 contract is 6 years, $189 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3 on the list. Trey Turner. He'll be 34 years old in 2027. His post 2027 contract is 7 years, $190.9 million.
So like Xander heavy or Xander light, but he's been more productive.
Way more productive.
Yeah.
Number 2 on the list, John. Can you make a guess?
Number 2 on the list.
Aaron Judge.
No, I wouldn't guess Aaron.
I wouldn't either,
Judge.
but some names on this list have been kind of stupid, so that's why I'm thinking outside the box.
I mean, I think, are we waiting on the shoe to fall here?
Kind of.
We're waiting on a Padre.
It's Aaron Judge.
It is Aaron Judge. He's old. That's the thing. He's old.
Aaron Judge will be 35 in 2027. His post 2027 contract is 5 years, $200 million.
That's a good call by Brent because he is older than sometimes you realize. But honestly, I'll take my chances with him because the power is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like we can't guarantee that that's horrific.
No, we can't.
In 2 years, right?
No.
There's a chance,
but still.
Could be good. But he could have some good years at age 35.
5 for 200. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And coming in at number 1 on the list of worst contracts,
Eric Hosmer,
2027.
Will Myers
is Manny Machado. Slow clap.
Padre.
Slow clap.
It's always nice to be on a list. What do they say? No publicity is bad.
Yeah, some do. He'll be 34 in 2027. This is amazing, dude. His post 2027 contract is 7 years, $273.6 million.
No way. Is that right? He's owed 273 still after 2026. This is heading into 2027. I mean, this goes back to the theory with Bogaerts and Machado. You better win a World Series early. You better win when they're quote unquote young, because when you don't, it's going to look horrific on the other side.
2 of the top 5 worst contracts post 2027 in baseball are on the Padres.
If I was being completely unbiased, I think it's the worst 2. I don't think the Judge contract is worse than the Bogaerts contract. I would flip-flop those contracts every day of the week if I was AJ Preller. Would you not? If I could take on the Judge deal right now for the Bogaerts deal, I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah, because Judge actually produces.
There's the thing. So the Bogaerts contract, therefore, is worse because the player must produce.
The Max Fried contract is a little scary.
That's
if
a
you're
bad
Yankees
deal.
fan.
Yeah.
Because that could go sideways very quickly.
Right.
Trey Turner, I think he can produce, and he has produced, other than the first 3 months in Philadelphia when people were booing him and they gave him a standing ovation. He's been really good since.
So you would agree that 2 of the worst 3 conceivably would be Bogaerts, Machado, Fried?
I think
in some order?
Actually, I would go exactly that. I would go
Bogaerts are worse than Machado.
I would go Bogaerts 1, Manny 2, Fried 3. It's an awful contract. Manny's contract is. It's an awful contract. Xander Bogaerts. Or
They're
just
putting
awful.
too much stock in the dollar figures on Manny, but I understand it.
I thought they were putting too much stock into what could happen, opposed to, oh, okay, Mike Trout, his contract from here, he hasn't he hasn't produced. He's only played in this many games. Opposed to Willie Adonis, just he just signed, and they're just going, oh well, in 10 years it's going to be. You don't even know if he's going to be. What if he's still producing at that time? Well,
that's the issue with Judge. You're talking about MVP seasons, yet we're calling it a bad contract. But if he has MVP type seasons in his mid-30s, it's a good contract.
Yeah, for me, a nightmare is we're paying dude X amount of money and he's not doing jack squat. Not we're paying him X amount of money and he's slightly underproducing for what we're paying him.
Now, the thing with Manny is he's producing, so. He did not have a good 2023, but he had a great 2024 second half. If he still puts up close to 30 and 100, I mean, it's hard to say that's an awful contract.
Here's the thing. He won't. I hate to be that guy. It's like the same thing we just said about Judge. I mean, is he going to do this? Again, is it harder for Judge to keep doing this than Machado? Yeah, because Judge is hitting 60 home runs in a season. But, I mean, Manny is like an all-tools player. You're relying on his defense. You're relying on his offense. He needs to do a lot of things well to justify it. And, you can't beat Father Time. I'm sorry.
You can't.
It doesn't work. Now, have there been players productive in their mid-30s? Absolutely. He could be very productive. Is he going to be productive at 39? No.
But here's the thing with Manny is right now, if you were to bet the next 2 years, does he get his numbers or not?
Yeah, I think the next 2 years he can get his numbers. But that starts after the next 2 years. So when we're looking at nightmare deals, now we're getting to, like you said, 2027, when Manny, as you said, he's 34 and he turns 35 July 6th of 27.
Okay.
So he starts the year at 34. He spends half of the season at 35. I mean, go to Fangraphs. We all do it. It shows a dip for all players past age 32.
Mm-hmm.